I can't remember the first time I thought I want to explore. I think it's something that's always been there. And when I was little, it would be that I wanted to explore the end of the garden or the woods at the end of the garden. And then as I've got older, just those horizons have got a bit bigger. But I've always been curious. When I look at a map, I think, what's on those islands over there at the fringes of the map? Who lives there? What's it like? What would it be like to be there? As you travel, your curiosity just gets deeper. So the more places I go to, I sort of hear things, or I hear stories that people have told. Maybe they're talking about the region next door, or somebody they met once that came from somewhere, or you hear little fragments of stories that pique your interest. And then when I get home, I start delving a bit deeper and finding out what that story is and what journeys I could make that would fit with that story. And so that's how these expeditions come about. It's a seed of curiosity that then turns into a much wider project. And that was certainly the case with the Polar Cold expedition. It started off with just hearing that the coldest place in the world was I was just hearing that the coldest inhabited place in the world was in this tiny corner of Siberia, and then wondering, what do people do there? How do they live? Where do their children go to school? And so the obvious way to find out the answer to those questions was to go there. There are so many memories from this trip. It was a 4-month trip and we covered 36,000 kilometres, so we met a lot of people, and so many people had brilliant, interesting and unexpected things to say about their perspective on winter. I think some of my favourite memories are, for example, meeting the Sami shaman up in the north of Norway, who told me that winter wasn't about darkness but about colour. That was something I hadn't thought before. But I think perhaps my favourite memory was meeting the Lord Keeper of the Cold at the Pole of Cold. I had no idea about this character from mythology, but it turns out that the Lord Keeper of the Cold, or Chis Khan as he's known in the local language, is responsible for distributing winter around the world and keeping that harmony in nature between summer and winter. So that was fascinating to be able to talk to that character and find out more about that belief right at the Pole of Cold. I walked in and I actually felt quite emotional, because it's amazing to see a project that we've worked so hard on come together so beautifully. So to see the words of the people that I met on the journey up on the wall, to see my images looking so fabulous, and to see all the objects that have been collected from lots of different collections, it really is wonderful. It's better than I could ever have hoped for.